Let me say this slowly. If building a house in Somalia was simple, your phone would not be full of messages saying, "Bro, small issue." And if construction was logical, you would not be watching this video with that look. You know the look. The one that says, "I have seen things." Phase 1, hope. Phase 2, stress. Phase 3, group chat arguments. Hi everyone, I'm Engineer Abdirahim Mohammed, your construction therapist. Part 1 gave you the full system. Part 2 is focused on Somalia only. This is for anyone planning to build and trying to avoid budget confusion, contractor improvisation, unapproved changes, and a finished house that brings stress instead of peace. Before we start, tell me in the comments, which city or district in Somalia are you building in? And what worries you most? Budget, quality, timeline, or supervision? Let's start with something many people ignore until it becomes a problem. Somalia has two main rainy seasons, Gu and Deyr, with dry periods in between. This means your construction timeline is not just a calendar, it is a weather strategy. You need to think about when you pour concrete, when materials arrive, and how your site handles water. Rain alone is not the issue. Rain combined with poor drainage is the real problem. If your site has any history of standing water, treat drainage as part of the structure. Simple steps. Ask neighbors where water collects. Visit the site after rain if possible. Understand where water comes from and where it should go. If you do not control water, it will control your budget. Somalia has experienced serious flooding in recent years, affecting large areas and communities. This is not about fear, it is about planning. Smart builders assume water will challenge the building. Here is what practical flood-aware design looks like. First, ensure the ground slopes away from the building. Second, consider raising the finished floor level in flood-prone areas. Third, plan clear drainage routes for water to move away. Fourth, do not rush foundation work in wet conditions. Good construction is not about speed, it is about control. If you have seen a site flood before, you already understand how expensive water can be. Now let's talk about durability, especially in coastal areas. Salt exposure can damage reinforced concrete over time. Chlorides accelerate corrosion in steel reinforcement. When steel rusts, it expands. That expansion cracks the concrete and weakens the structure. This is why durability matters from day one. Key actions: use clean sand and water. Ensure proper concrete cover over reinforcement. Maintain good curing practices. Concrete is not forgiving. It reflects exactly how it was made. Construction in Somalia does not always follow a single unified building code. In many cases, different standards are used depending on the project and the professionals involved. That means the responsibility is shared between the owner, the designer, and the contractor. You protect yourself by having clear drawings, defining the scope in writing, and verifying work at each stage. Permits are handled locally and can vary depending on the city. Always confirm requirements with the local authority. If something is not written, it is not guaranteed. Material quality can vary, and supply chains often rely on imports. That makes quality control essential. Here is a simple checklist. Check cement storage. Avoid old or moisture-damaged bags. Check steel consistency. Use reliable sources where possible. Check sand and aggregates. Clean materials improve durability. Keep records. Receipts and delivery notes protect you. Confidence is not proof. Documentation is. This is where many projects succeed or fail. If you are not on site regularly, you need a simple and reliable supervision system. A practical system includes weekly video updates, consistent photo documentation, stage-based checklists, foundation, columns, slabs, roof, plaster, finishes. Payments should follow progress, not emotions. Clear milestones protect both your budget and your expectations. Most projects do not fail because of one big mistake. They fail because of many small changes. Moving a wall, adding a window, changing finishes. Each change affects cost and time. Every change should include a written description, a cost impact, and a time impact. Keep a contingency buffer. A common rule of thumb is 15 to 20%, depending on the project. Control changes or they will control your budget. Building in Somalia is not easy, but it is predictable. Problems happen when seasons are ignored, water is underestimated, materials are not checked, supervision is weak, and changes are uncontrolled. Success follows a clear process. Plan properly, design realistically, build carefully, and supervise consistently. I'm Engineer Abdirahim Mohammed, your construction therapist. Tell me in the comments where you are in your building journey: land, design, foundation, roofing, or finishing. Subscribe if you want to build smart, sleep well, and avoid becoming a construction story told at weddings. A house is not built by hope, it is built by process.